I saw that Georges Niang was on Barstool podcast a couple days ago, and they were making a big to do about how he's a part of James Harden's go out crew, like when they go out to the bars and the clubs and stuff. Niang's been a part of that since he's been with Philadelphia.
No, have you been invited to go out on the town with James Harden yet? Mm-hmm. How close are you with James? You been in the champagne room?
That's my guy, man. That's my guy. He takes care of his people.
Does he?
He takes care of his people. No, James is a great dude, and I think, a lot of people get caught up in like the whole strip club James and this, that, and the other. And I think if any other player, like when you have your downtime, like you like to enjoy life.
Yeah.
And like he said to me, I think he's 32. He said, "I've had 32 great years of life." And I'm like,
yeah.
And I'm like, James, I definitely believe you. I don't disagree with that one bit.
So it begs the question, Eric. Who was a part of your crew when you guys would go out? You guys, make stops to L.A. or Miami. Who was a part of that squad that you guys would go out with? Who was the consistent guys?
We didn't really have like go out crews. It was a lot of the times with us we would you had some guys that went out all the time and some guys that didn't. I wasn't a go out before the night of the the night before the game guy.
Good man.
So a lot of times I didn't go out because we would leave after the game. So I would go out to dinner and stuff like that, but I didn't really club a lot before, the night before games. Gotcha. Occasionally I did, depending on where we were. If you go to Miami or Orlando or somewhere and you're not staying, then yeah, you may dip out. But I would say we didn't really have like cliques like that. So if guys were going, you kind of went. If you were going, you kind of went where everybody was going. So it wasn't, it was just really about who was going. But most guys, like they would get there. We got our own car, so you can leave and go whenever you wanted to. We may all arrive at the same time, but each guy would probably have their driver or their car. So when you're ready to go, you can go. Or you may not leave alone. You may come alone, but you may not leave alone.
Right.
Did you have like a guy who like wrangled people for going out at all? Like a guy who was like the driving force? If you guys were going to go out as a group or meet somewhere, did you have a guy who was like kind of coordinating that kind of stuff? Or was that behind that?
We didn't really have a guy coordinated. It was, we always had a guy that kind of knew,
where to go.
And most of it was because Alan had a party everywhere we went. So it was usually something that was somehow attached with AI.
Mm-hmm.
Because people, it was easy for him to attach his name with something, then everybody would show up. So usually when we did something, it was something that was attached to him.
Okay.
So he wasn't necessarily organizing it. His people would have it set up. So it was pretty much set up for him and us to arrive.
That's good.
He would get mad a lot when we didn't go. Especially Aaron. He used to really get on Aaron if Aaron didn't go.
Why? Because was Aaron like a never go out guy? He was always trying to get him out.
Aaron was really like the only guy that was single. So he used to get mad, like, why are you not going out? Like, you're single. Why are you not going out? He used to always get mad at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was pretty interesting.
That's funny.
Aaron was at home shaping that beard, man, shaping that neckline and
Aaron was like, it was a lot, he didn't really go out the night before. Like, that's what we used to tell AI. Like, we aren't really like night before the games. We're not like you. We can hang out all night and then hang the 40 the next time. Like, that's, we're not made like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he was. So, that was pretty incredible of the things that he could do, hanging out all night, the night before the game.
Man.
Yeah, but based on that interview with Niang, it seemed like Harden is the orchestrator behind all the hangouts and the go outs and stuff. And I think I think you looked at more of it, Teja. You said that like Harden, like he ends up paying for the entirety of the bill like when they go out and stuff.
That could help you be a part of the team if he's paying. That was sort of what I was thinking. Like well, who's footing this bill? That'll kind of tell you who the ringleader is.
Yeah, Niang kind of insinuated that when he said he takes care of his people is what he said. So
yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
Well, if you're gonna make people go out,
Yeah, if you're asking them to go out, majority. If you ask them to go, then I'm sure you're gonna somehow make some accommodations. If you're asking,
yeah.
that's like if you're inviting them.
Yeah.
Like I bet you when Mckie finally made it out, AI took care of his bill. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure Aaron didn't pay for a thing that night.
There's always that guy in the group that like when you come out, everyone gets like really excited. Like, yeah, look who it is. Look who's arriving.
Yeah.